You aren't being courted. You're being audited. Most people think a narcissist chooses their victims because they are weak, damaged, or easy to control. They couldn't be more wrong. A narcissist doesn't want a broken toy. They want a trophy. They want someone with high empathy, high status, or a light so bright that they can't help but want to steal it for themselves. Right now, today, someone in your life may be looking at you not as a person, but as a supply source. And the scariest part? They've already mapped your entire psychological profile. While you were busy thinking you'd finally found your person, they were building a file on you. Today, we are declassifying the Predator's Handbook. These are the 10 unmistakable signs a narcissist has officially chosen you as their next target. Before we get into the list, you need to understand what narcissists call the scouting phase. They don't fall into relationships, they conduct interviews. They cycle through dozens of potential targets until they find the specific combination they need. Someone successful enough to boost their ego and empathetic enough to forgive their future crimes. If your new relationship or friendship has been moving at a speed that feels almost supernatural, pay attention. Because right now, we're going to show you exactly how the trap is built around you. And stay with us through sign number 10. It's the invisible thread they use to make sure you never leave, even after you know exactly who they are. Sign 1. The data mining interview. Healthy people take months to truly know you. A narcissist does it in one conversation. They ask penetrating questions about your childhood wounds, your failed relationships, your deepest regrets. It feels like rare, profound connection. It isn't. It's a deposition. They're cataloging your vulnerabilities so they know exactly which buttons to press when they need to control you later. Sign 2. Pathological mirroring. They don't just share your interests, they become you. You love jazz from the 90s, so do they suddenly. You want to travel Southeast Asia. That's been their dream for years. You value loyalty above everything. They call it their number one quality. Listen carefully to this phrase, because you will hear it. I've never met anyone who thinks the way you do. That feeling of being perfectly understood isn't a coincidence. It's a construction. They are reflecting your own light back at you to create a false sense of safety before the real them appears. Sign 3. The boundary microtest. Early in the relationship, they will commit a small, deliberate violation. They'll show up 20 minutes late without an apology. They'll make a joke that cuts slightly too deep, then say, "I was just kidding, you're so sensitive." They will watch your reaction with absolute precision. If you excuse it, if you laugh it off or minimize it, they now know the fence has a gap. They are testing the perimeter to find exactly where the electric wire is broken. And once they find it, they'll remember it forever. Here's a question most people are afraid to answer honestly. Think about the last person who made you feel finally understood. Were they learning who you are or learning how to use you? Because there is a difference, and the terrifying thing is, it feels identical from the inside. Sign 4. The hero/victim narrative. Within the first few conversations, they will tell you they've been destroyed by everyone. Their ex was unhinged. Their boss was threatened by them. Their family never understood them. Every person from their past has wronged them. This is a calculated move. It activates your savior complex, your instinct to be the person who finally gets them right. And here's the trap. If everyone before you was the villain, who are you going to be when things go wrong? You'll spend the entire relationship trying to prove you're the exception. Sign 5. The accelerated timeline. Narcissists are in a hurry. They want to move in together, talk about marriage, merge finances, all within weeks or months. Most people call this falling hard. It isn't. The mask is heavy. They can only hold it up for so long before the real personality bleeds through. They need to lock you into a financial, legal, or emotional contract before you see clearly. The urgency isn't love, it's a deadline. Sign 6, the special one, isolation. They look at you with those eyes and say, "You're the only person who truly understands me." It feels like the highest honor, but listen to the edge hidden inside those words. If you are the only one who understands them, then everyone else doesn't. Your friends don't understand you being with them. Your family is just jealous. Your colleagues have a problem with you now for reasons that keep shifting. They aren't building a relationship with you. They are building a wall around you, and they're using your own ego to lay the bricks. The last 3 signs are not about love. They are not about connection or compatibility or chemistry. They are about ownership. Sign 7, the vulnerability vault. At some point, they will share something with you that sounds incredibly intimate. A childhood wound, a moment of real failure, a secret they say they've never told anyone. It's almost certainly a lie or a heavily edited half-truth. But it doesn't matter, because the moment you hear it, your instinct is to match it, to share something real of your own, something you've never told anyone. And the second you do, they have it. Your real shame, your real fear, your real wound locked in their vault. They will never mention it directly. They won't have to. You'll both know it's there. And that knowledge will quietly change every argument you ever have. Sign 8, the triangulation whisper. They casually mention someone else, an ex who keeps reaching out, a colleague who seems a little too interested. They're not telling you this for transparency. They are watching to see if you'll compete. If jealousy activates in you, if you start working a little harder to hold their attention, they've successfully transferred the power. You are now chasing them. The dynamic has flipped, and you didn't even feel it happen. Sign 9, the emotional pendulum. One day, they are the most present, warm, attentive person you have ever known. The next, they go slightly cold, no reason given, no fight to point to, just a quiet withdrawal of the warmth. Your brain doesn't process this rationally. Neuroscientists call it a variable reward schedule. It's the same mechanism casinos engineer into slot machines. Unpredictable rewards are far more addictive than consistent ones. You don't start working harder to win back a person. You start chasing a chemical, and you will keep chasing it long after the love is gone. Sign 10, the invisible thread. This is the final seal. They will link their survival to yours. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're the only thing keeping me going. I was nothing before you found me. Understand what is actually happening in these moments. They are not expressing love. They are installing a guilt chip into your nervous system so that when the relationship turns toxic, and you won't leave. Not because you're trapped, because you believe that leaving would destroy them. That is not love. That is a hostage situation. And you built the cage yourself, one "I can't live without you" at a time. Here is what no one in this niche will tell you. You were not chosen because you were weak. You were chosen because you were the most alive person in the room. You had warmth they couldn't generate, empathy they couldn't feel, a life force they couldn't create, only consume. They didn't choose a victim. They chose a person they envied. Remember that. And remember this: the moment you go gray rock, the moment you stop feeding them emotional data, stop reacting to their tests, stop trying to reach the person behind the mask, you become useless to them. Not because you've given up, because you finally understood the game. A narcissist doesn't fear someone who fights back. They fear someone who stops caring about the outcome. Become that person. Identifying the target is just phase 1. On April 24th, the investigation goes deeper into the 10 manipulation tactics you're facing every single day. If you think you're immune, you're their favorite kind of victim. Then, on April 28th, we expose the first week trap, Love Bombing Explained. You need to see these before your next interaction. To stay ahead of the game, watch this breakdown of dark psychology right now and make sure your notifications are on for the 24th. The mask is coming off. See you there.